welcome back to the channel, and today a quick review for this. This is The Crippled God by Steven Erikson, book 10 in Malazan Book of the Fallen, a book written back in 2011 that I've just got round to. The end of Malazan Book of the Fallen. This is the final book for Steven Erikson's massive series, and it is another massive book. I think this edition is 1,192 pages, excluding a few extra pages that they always seem to find to put in these books. Yeah, it's a larger paperback, as you can probably tell. I think it would never fit into one of those early paperbacks that kind of the first half of the series was put into. It would have just been too many pages. I think it comes in around 400 to 440,000 words, somewhere in there. The page count and the kind of word count for each page is very, very large. But despite this, and despite the fact that I would say this is the most digestible entry in the entire series, never have you known more about the world than you do now. And it is the most direct sequel to any book in the series, following straight on from Dust of Dreams. In fact, they could have been one book, in my opinion. They probably were one book, and he was probably told to split them into two enormous books anyway. Despite all of that, and the fact you've got like 1,200 pages to work with, Steven Erikson decides to wait until the last 400 pages to bring the climax together. It will make you wait, and it will burn the slow burn for you, and it will ratchet up the tension to an excruciating level for another 800 pages. Like you hadn't already waited 10,000 pages for the ending anyway. It will make you wait until the last 400 pages, and then you'll get a mad dash where all of the characters from the world seemingly come together. There are massive battles, and these battles are the best they have ever been, even better than Dust of Dreams, which was, I thought, the previous best. And this is the first time I think they really hold up to the scrutiny of their peers. This is probably the first time I've ever seen one of Steven Erikson's battles depicted maybe better than like a John Gwynne battle, and maybe of a similar level to like a Bernard Cornwell or other historical fiction writers, where he explains the battle in a very intricate way that brings the reader with him and explains to the reader, it lets them know what is turning a battle, what are the important elements about the morale, the lay of the land, and how the forces are deployed. It's all very, very good stuff, and it's got all the frills and spills as well. It is of a massive level. It is, you know, thousands of people fighting. It is gods coming into the world. It is everything you would want from a series like this. And it is exceptional in that it manages to draw so much of the series together. I was convinced that Steven Erikson would have to fumble this, and it is not a perfect catch. This is not a perfect catch. There are several characters that you will think about, several plot lines that you thought were absolutely pivotal to this series, to it coming to a conclusion, and they won't be concluded for you. That's probably by design, in part. They will be concluded in other series, in other stories, in other books that aren't part of Malazan Book of the Fallen. Were just part of this story, of this journey for these characters. And there are many characters you would want to have bigger parts in this that feel like they've been given a place out of fan service, a wink and a nod to all the fans that remember them from the earlier books. And some of those moments are great. They're great fan service. You'll pump your fist, you'll shout. Some people may even cry. This is a book of, you know, of a lot of emotion. It is a book of endings and goodbyes, and big characters will die. Characters you didn't even know were your favourites will come in and save the day, and you know, in the end you'll look back and think, wow, yeah, that character, yeah, I remember them 3 books away, 5 books away, you know, I remember their humble beginnings. And that's really, really special. And the fact that so much was attempted and so much of it was nailed is crazy to me. I still can't get my head around it. It's actually my favourite book in the series. I didn't think that would be possible. I loved the Bone Hunters, and I thought Dust of Dreams was really, really good as well. But I thought the Bone Hunters did so much so well that it didn't matter it was a middle book, because it just executed so well on so many things. But The Crippled God, it executes on just physically more than any other book that I can think of in recent times. It's probably the best fantasy book I've read in 2 to 3 years. I'd actually give it a 4.6, and thoroughly recommended The Crippled God by Steven Erikson.